What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Girl, honestly, this is how I appreciate y'all because I don't like to come on camera when I have a bad attitude or I'm feeling a bad way that I cannot mask. And the other day, that's exactly what happened. And it kind of carried on a little bit to today, but I was able to get through it. I just because I want to give y'all quality. You know what I'm saying? I want to make y'all laugh because I want to laugh too. Sometimes make us think together, be like, whoa, okay, cool. That type of thing. I don't want to get on here with a nasty ass attitude. I really don't. I don't want to get that to y'all at all because y'all deserve so much more than that. But let me tell you what happened. I've been sick. And if you can hear and you've been seeing me for my past few videos for like the past week, you can kind of hear like it's breaking up now. Still got the cough, still a little congested, but a hell of a lot better than I've been before. Okay, my voice is even trying to come back for real. And I got sick over the weekend. Well, actually Thursday, and then it carried on. So I was off on the weekend, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to work if I can go to work on Monday. I woke up on Monday, and yeah, girl, it was like you need another day of rest. Okay, so I called in. Cool. I go to work on Tuesday. I'm still feeling a little iffy, but good enough to come through and to do. I got fucking gray hair. Is that great? Yeah, it is. That's the same one. Okay, that ain't nothing new. I was about to go in there. Okay, but anyway, yeah, girl. So I went to work on Tuesday. This is what I mean. Like, I don't want to put nothing out there because I know it's people at my job that watch me, and I'm talking about within the system, but I just really hate incompetence. I'm just that type of person. Like, the simplest stuff really annoys me because I just don't understand what's going on. Okay? So you mean to tell me y'all got a whole bunch of stuff on Monday and you waited until Tuesday for me to come in to help? When if I'm by myself, if I'm scheduled by myself, or if I'm scheduled with somebody else and they call in and it's just me down there on that circ desk, I'm doing everything. There's been times where we got a whole bunch of stuff. Gonna tell me, yeah, we got 3 big smart bins that came in, the holes and stuff. Plus, we only did we had to put the other 2 to the side or whatever because, we had to get the book drop. So the book drop was just overflowing both times in the morning and in the afternoon. Okay, you go get the book drop in the morning. That takes what? 15, 20 minutes? 15, 20 minutes? And then you left them 2 bins? Bitch, I came there and I got all that shit out. Do you know how long it took me to do all of that? Less than fucking 3 hours. Actually 2. Just cause you slow. Oh my God, I hate the incompetence. It's just really just so irritating. And then like my other coworker, this is me being petty. I be looking at him, and I get it that he older or whatever, but he makes stuff so hard. You looking up a patron instead of just going ahead and following policy. If you're trying to get a patron a new library card or whatever, you automatically type their name in the system to see if they already have a card so that they can't get a duplicate. You know what I'm saying? And meaning a clean card. So if they got some fines and stuff on there, some charges on there, oh, you're still going to be responsible for those. Okay, we're just going to give you a new card. That's just what it is. And it's going to, transfer into that one. He be going the wrong. I be like, could you just type his name in? I looked over one time to see what be taking so long. He be going by the birthday. Like, it's so... Do you know it's a whole bunch of people up in the world that got the same birthday as us? Mind you, it's the same thing up in our system. I said, oh my goodness, motherfuckers be standing there for like 15 minutes waiting for him to find that shit. And you don't want to say nothing, but it be irritating me. Like, it be the small stuff that I just like, oh. But that really pissed me off because then it just pummeled over into the rest of the week. And I was just like, God damn, y'all so ill. Like, come on, just be irritating me so much. Y'all mean to tell me that if I'm gone 1 or 2 days, y'all just fall the fuck apart? And now I gotta work this weekend too, right? I'm off tomorrow. I get to work today. They having like a little taste down by my job. So they finna have the streets, blocked off. Girl, I forgot that this was happening this weekend. And therefore, they are already blocking the stuff off. Mind you, thank goodness it ain't the way I come. But Lord have mercy. It's just been a lot. And I said I have to work this weekend, and it's really starting on Friday. And then I have to work Saturday and Sunday throughout the whole situation. And so that means it's going to be people coming in trying to use the bathroom, people coming in possibly throwing garbage in the drop box, knowing damn well it's not a garbage can. Oh, we get all of that. Alcoholics and all that stuff and be coming in. I just don't feel like it. Today, it was so quiet. It was so quiet. It was unusually quiet. And I said, what the hell is going on? I ain't seen Nanny come in. I barely seen any Hispanics. I'm bringing that up for a reason, because now we about to get into the video, because what the hell? The world is freaking scary, y'all. Well, I should say our country at this point in time is getting scary about a minute. All right. Now, I know we want to say, listen, bitch, this is what the freak y'all, signed up for and all this stuff. This is what you voted for. Girl, is it? It's the dust off of my goddamn jacket. Oh. I had a hoodie on actually, and because it is cool outside, and some of the feathers from the inside that's what it is. The whole time I'm looking like, what the hell? Anyway, don't nobody care. I'm wondering how come it's so freaking quiet today. And when I say it's quiet, it was quiet, like no kids or nothing. I mean, we had a couple of moments, but girl, I said, what's going on? I look into my email, baby. The commissioner has sent us an email basically telling us that just in case y'all don't want to know, if you in Chicago, ICE is about to be deployed. They said it's a possibility they're going to be here within the next 48 hours. Okay? And I just know a lot of the people that comes to my job in that area are nannies who are nannying for these rich people down there in that area. And a lot of them are of Latin, Hispanic descent. So I said, well, damn, that's what makes sense now that I see about it, that they not popping up. And you want to know what? That is so scary. And we have to have signs of basically telling, because they're telling us just in case that they pop up. Now, I don't think that if they do show up, which I'm pretty sure they're going to show up in the city, especially with all the stuff that's happening out there in Los Angeles right about now. We'll talk about it in a second. But if they do show up in the city, I don't think that they'll show up in my area where I work at, because again, that's a lot of, rich people, I guess, if you want to call it, tech people and all that stuff, unless they really that bold to go into people's houses and establishments and see if they got nannies that's, illegal immigrants or whatever. I don't know. But I do feel for the other libraries that we have in the system that are in predominantly Latin, Hispanic neighborhoods. Okay, we have a few of them, and I just feel so bad because this is going to affect a lot of people. And I get it that at this point, like, I want to be one of those ones. I have a heart. I know it may not look like it's a 10, but girl, I got a heart. Okay, I got a heart. You can feel multiple things at once, okay? One, I can feel that this is 100% wrong, what is happening right about now. Families really being ripped apart. And, kids having to speak up for themselves because they ain't got nobody else. I seen that video where that little boy was having to be his own lawyer, and he couldn't have been no more than 3 years old. I said, what the freak is going on? Okay. And, when they first had talks of ICE coming, they showed up at my sister's school. They was trying to get her to my sister's school where she went to grammar school at. And I'm talking about the young one in our old neighborhood. And I said, oh my God, that's crazy. But they had made it so that they couldn't come in. They was trying so hard to get in, but they couldn't come in. That's what I heard. And so now that it's a possibility, like, this is, the kids, more so I feel for the kids because the kids truly aren't innocent. I can also feel like the way that they're going about this is totally wrong, totally inhumane. The whole situation that's going on in LA, the protests, I just picking apart people, just picking up anybody. And you hearing stories, and I get it that we want to be like, well, I don't give a damn because at the end of the day, this is who y'all voted for. We do say that. And I feel the same way to a certain extent because I can feel as though Y'all knew this was going to happen. But what, you thought that you was going to be exempt because you voted for this man? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And this is what I don't understand when it comes to this administration and people who voted for this particular person and who are so MAGA, 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 MAGA. Because my whole thing is, what is appealing? Especially for poor people. Especially for people that are teeter-tottering from low middle class, very low middle class, to poverty. People who have small businesses that can go any moment. Okay, what exactly are you gaining from being a supporter of this person? He is not. And especially like you're black, you're a minority. I don't understand that, and I never will, because you will still have people that will still, be here for him, that are non-white folks, and seeing what they're going through, seeing what's happening right now. And it's like, so you can still support this and what's happening. And he can literally, baby, we still got 4 years, we still got 3+ years left. 3.5, going on 3.5, almost. January 20th, probably, yeah, bitch, almost 3.5 years. Bitch, we ain't even in it yet. This is just the goddamn beginning. We're barely through the first year of this administration. This his second term of this administration. Okay? And it's like, what's next? If he's doing this for that particular minority group, what's he gonna do? He has the travel ban on Islamic, countries already happening right now. Now you got this whole thing with the ICE coming in, okay? And my whole thing is, why do you still support? I don't care if you're white, black, or whatever. Why are you still supporting this? I don't understand. Like, what is the benefit of you getting from this? You have people that's business who voted for him are being affected because the people that they need as workers are being deported, are fearful to come into work because they're not legal immigrants, okay? And they're being fearful of being deported. So therefore, your business is suffering. Then your business also suffering because of the tariffs and all of the other stuff that he has enacted. And we just seen the stuff that's happened with the farms and all these other stuff, businesses that closed and everything. What is the benefit to you to still be standing up for this man, supporting him? I just want to understand that. And especially if you're black, this man, what is he giving you? I really want to understand. Like, I want to get inside the psyche. And then when it comes to these Latino voters who voted for them, you did your whole community, the Latino community, you did the Hispanic community, you did them a whole disservice. Because not all of them voted for this man. But a lot of them did, but not all of them voted for this man. And now they're all lumped together when people say, well, I don't give a damn what's going on. Okay, because this is what you voted for. Or it's, I don't care what's going on because this is what your people voted for. And you should have said something to your people. They weren't looking out for you. So how come you want us to look out for you now? And that is so fucked up and selfish. Not of us, but of the people that voted. Because it's not like you didn't know. It's not like you did not know what he was going to do. Everything that man said that he was going to do, and what's happening now, he said it out his mouth that was going to happen. And y'all thought he was playing. Y'all thought that fat meat is greasy. Bitch, y'all finding it out. Fat meat is fucking greasy, and you're finding it out right now. Okay? And then you have the protests happening out there in LA. It's very fucking inhumane the way that, Trump is going about this situation. I literally just seen a video of a conference from one of the sheriffs or whoever down there in Florida who basically said, you want to try that protest here down here, we going to take you out if we got to. Your people going to be coming to collect your stuff, whatever items left of you and your pieces. I said, God damn, so you really just going to say that you'll put it in somebody? Yeah, they not playing. This is crazy. This is scary as shit. Okay? And I get the people, I'm not finna be here lecturing people to be like, oh, y'all need to go out there and support. Okay, we can't have this attitude. You have to be understanding. Like, we get what you're going through, but you got to be understanding what other people have already been through. All right, and then when you come out and you have people saying, well, how come black people ain't helping? How come black people ain't this? How come black people ain't that? Why is it we always got to be the one that get called to do something to help out? Okay? Baby, we going through it. And even if you not going, it seems like it's all focused on y'all right now, on somebody else right now. Baby, we still going through it. Okay? They still targeting us. They've been targeting us for centuries. All right? So let's stop that. Okay? You cannot be upset at, and this is to the ones that want to, get in their feelings, because I'm empathetic as hell. I do not like what's going on. I am not a part of that. Okay? But I understand the feelings of other people who said that this ain't our fight. And you can feel some type of way and feel like they wrong as hell for saying that, but are they really? Are they really? When you, and not seeing all, and see once again, when you got bad apples, one bad apple can spoil the whole fucking bunch. Okay? Just like they want to call us, the way they lump black folks together and, want to call us thugs and want to call us this and call us that. That's the same way that's happening right now when it comes to Latin folks. And it's like, a lot of y'all anti-black as hell. Let's just be clear about that. Okay? If we want to put the shit on the table, a lot of y'all are anti-black. Some of you know it. All right? A lot of y'all get offended when we tell y'all ass to stop fucking saying the N-word. Well, if you can say it, man, this is how we do it up in our neighborhood, because I don't give a fuck. But you want the people to come out there and protest on the front lines for you? Were you out there doing it for BLM? If you were, we ain't talking about you. And if you ain't, this don't, none of the stuff that I've been saying apply to you, you the ones that we not talking about. When we did this putting up the videos and telling us to, why don't we get in the field, bitch? Where are your people who actually voted for this? Okay? Call your celebrities. I seen that one video where the dude was like, where are the black celebrities? When the BLM was happening, you had people making songs and you had this and you had that. Yeah, we had black people making black songs about this black movement. And you know what? What's so fucking crazy is a lot of it irks me so much when I think about it, because when it comes to civil rights movements and stuff, black people in our civil rights movement led the way to help a lot of other minorities. And yet we still get shitted on the fucking most. Y'all think this is something, y'all just getting deported to another country where you came from. Baby, they can't ship us back. Where they gonna ship us? Bitch, if Trump could, he would. If he could, he would. Okay? But where they gonna ship us? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it we put the blueprint down to help, the civil rights movement, to help get all of these, equalities and discrimination laws and all this stuff, desegregation and all that not only apply to us, but to every minority, right? But yet we get shitted on the fucking most. Everybody in the fucking world just about is anti-black. And I'm talking about culturally. I'm talking about nationality. I'm not saying that every individual, but I'm talking about, in every goddamn culture, they're fucking anti-black. Let's not act like we don't see it. And they praise the colonizers, which is the white man. They look up to the white man. They want to be white because that's closer to, I guess, being right. And that's closer to having some type of equality to them, some type of standard, some type of status. And the whole time while you're trying to equate yourself and get to that level, they look down on you. They still talk shit about you behind closed doors. Still talking behind your back, in your face, and you will never be equal to them. Same thing with black folks that try to associate themselves heavily with whiteness. You will never be equal. They are showing that. It's so crazy. You want to know what's crazy? Like that black man that was, with the slick hair, he tried to make it look a little slick, like he a little something of another, and knowing damn well he just put a whole bunch of gel and water on it. Yeah, the one that was so MAGA this, MAGA that, and then he went to one of those MAGA events and got beat up by the whole, either he got beat up or he got cussed out or whatever, and called racial slurs or whatever by the white MAGA men, and he's still on that MAGA trip. That's mental illness, because you're not gonna be my ass and I'm still gonna be, hey, absolutely the fuck not. Okay? No. Let me go somewhere else and probably just be to myself, okay? But to do that. And then, like I was saying, when that dude was saying, where are the black celebrities at, or where's the celebrity, where's the people, where's the songs, and where's all this, bitch? Where does Jennifer Lopez come out and say something? Bad Bunny. You know what? Probably can we give Bad Bunny a little pass? Not necessarily, but Bad Bunny, ain't he going on a world tour and he said he ain't coming to the U.S.? That's something too. So I said, okay, I see that. So what you telling me, if I want to see you, I got to go over there to Puerto Rico? That's fine, because I want to go back anyway. But, so you get that. Excuse me. Who else is like a prevalent, where you're, Shakira, she on stage, ain't she on tour? Shakira, she ain't got to be Mexican, but baby, y'all of Latin and Hispanic descent. Okay, you can speak up for the people. You can open up your mouth on tour and be like, this is for all the people that's going through it. I see you, I hear you, and that nigga. Okay, is that what you? Well, don't say N-word, because then, girl, no, we ain't trying to get you in no other trouble. But I'm just saying, y'all got to be understanding. Y'all got to see it from all sides, okay? From all sides. Yes, it is people out here. It's a lot of people out here that are very hurt and very discouraged because of the outcome of this past election. And they feel betrayed. And to see the voting chart, like, we knew white people was going to do what they was going to do. We knew that there was going to be a considerable small amount of people of our own that was going to do what they was going to do. But when it came to the Latino community, we also knew that it was going to be people that was going to do that. And it's like, you would think after all of this stuff, we didn't know it was going to be as much. But you would think, because in our minds, probably it's like, especially mine, like, you hear what this man is saying. He's literally trying to break up your families. He literally don't think anything good of you. And you still voted for him. I don't get it. Now you want to backtrack and all this stuff and say you're not for him and you're not supporting him anymore. I mean, the deed is done. He got what he wanted. He used you. Elon finding that out, baby. I feel like that mess between Elon and Trump is so goddamn fake. Okay, listen. He got fired. They started beefing on Twitter. He started putting out stuff about him being on that list. And I said, I thought they already put that list out there. We already knew that he was on there. That ain't nothing new. And see, at the end of the day, this is like, y'all talk about values. This is what I'm like. That party is such. You want to talk about liberals and all that stuff or any other group, political group, but yet, how do y'all be for this man and part of that particular political party and be talking so much about Christianity and all that stuff, woo, 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 but yeah, y'all don't hold people accountable. Talk about good people, bad people, and all this stuff, but you literally are okay with a convicted felon, a convicted rapist being the leader, okay, who has yet to even admit it and took accountability for the things that he has done, okay? And then you get all these people that's coming out now being charged with this, pastors coming out that are, stuff, and it's so nasty. It's so nasty. But what is going on in this country is disgusting though too, okay? Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody safe. Well, what the hell you want us to really do about it? At this point, I mean, even if we voted for, it's why people say should have voted for Kamala. We get it. We get how people feel. We understand it. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't have cleared up everything. But what's happening right now, all the stuff that's been going on for the past few months, will not be happening. And again, we're only we still got 3.5 months left. 3.5 years left, I should say. Brace yourself, baby. Buckle the fuck up, okay? And Miss Kim Kardashian came out, and she said, "Let me tell you." Okay. All right. Kimberly Jones. Oh, no, that's Lil' Kim. Kimberly Kardashian. She said in a post on Instagram, okay, she was like, when we're told that ICE exists to keep our country safe and remove violent criminals, great. But when we witness innocent, hardworking people being ripped from their homes and their families in inhumane ways, we have to speak up. We have to do what's right. Because growing up in LA, I've seen how deeply immigrants are woven into the fabric of this city. They are our neighbors, our friends, our classmates, our co-workers, and families. She continued, okay. No matter where you fall politically, it's clear that our communities thrive because of the contributions of immigrants. We can't turn a blind eye when fear and injustice keep people from living their lives freely and safely. There has to be a better way. Kim, I'll give you E for effort. But baby, you want me to be moved by that? Maybe it ain't really for me, okay? But a bitch like me, y'all know how I am. I stand hard and tough, solid on the shit that I feel, okay? Now, bitch, no shade. That's cute or whatever. But how can I take that serious when you literally, a couple of months after the goddamn election was over with, was posing with a freaking cyber truck and a cyber robot and all this stuff, making it all the more clear where your political stance were. And I don't give a damn about, oh, well, I only voted for this because of this one particular thing. No, that's not what you're voting for. It's not a let me vote because I agree with this one particular thing. No, that's the whole, you're voting, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay? Now, Kimberly. All right. Do you really feel this way? Or is it because you're possibly losing some staff people that, I don't know. I had to ask, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, how do you go from this and that and then you're quiet the whole time during the election? And then you pop out with that and then you pop out with this. Can you get with this or can you get with that? Like, which one is it, girlfriend? But, at least if she could pop out and say something, girl, why can't nobody else that's out there that's a celebrity of the I was about to say of the Latin descent. She ain't Latin. She white. No, she Army. She's white. Okay, we get that she's Army, but she's white. All right, I'm gonna let that go. It's gonna ruffle some feathers out there. She ruffling some feathers. I'll give you that. Well, with her standing with that man, okay. But cool. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. I didn't even think it was gonna be that much, but it's just been so much that's going on. And like I said, it's very disheartening. It's very sad to see. It really is the state of this world, the state of this country. One man, like, baby, they trying to make us. He's literally trying to be a dictator. He truly is. And he is playing his own game. And y'all, oh. The fuck. But yeah. Moving on. Sad things. Right before the BET Awards and right after I did my What It Is last week, Baby Sly from the Sly Family Stone band, baby, he passed away. I said, God damn, cause and they got a documentary on Sly on Hulu that I've been meaning to watch, and I'm definitely gonna watch it tomorrow. I have the day off, so I'm definitely going to watch it. I love me a good documentary. I'm so sad. It's just like our legends are really just leaving us. And it's like we know it was going to happen because everybody getting up there in age. Like the ones that's leaving in their 80s, 90s, that's understandable because, that's natural. But I'd be even more sad when the legends who are literally like 60s, 70s, they just, damn, you could have gave them 20 more years. Like, that's how I be feeling. I really do. I really do. It's really sad. And it's like I just put some bubble wrap around everybody else that's still here. Okay, put some bubble wrap around them. Put them in a bubble. I don't know. We got to pray. And then also, some more really, really sad news is Ananda Lewis. Now, when I talk about this, and I spoke about it when she did the interview, I believe it was in January she did the interview. Probably around January, February she did an interview. The follow-up on her cancer diagnosis. Unfortunately, she passed away yesterday. She was 52 years old. She was dealing with breast cancer. And I don't want to make this sound like, and it's like no matter how you speak on it, it does sound a little like, girl, you could have did this and all this stuff. But I don't want to do that, but I have to put out the facts of the matter. It could have been preventable. That's just what I can say. Okay? If you look at it, and if you looked at it from the very beginning, she did not have to pass away. And I feel so bad for her. I feel bad for her child. I feel bad for her family. But at the same time, I feel bad for her because towards the end, she realized that, and I think this was in January or whatever, when she did that interview, she realized, and she even said that the path that she took, she regretted it. So she found out that she had breast cancer. One of the main options was to get a mastectomy. I don't know if it was a one mastectomy or single mastectomy or double mastectomy. And if those that don't understand what that is, that's like basically cutting out the breast tissue, where the tumor is at. And then doing chemo or whatever to get the rest of it if it was, y'all know how that goes. She didn't want to do that because at the time she said, she has her child to take care of, her life, all this other things. She was giving excuse. And when it comes to your health, and when I'm listening to this, because I never saw this interview, so I had somebody posted it, and I'm just looking like, wow, I know you have your child, but I would have did anything and everything I could so that I could be here longer and for the longest, full time with my child. But again, that's her choice, right? As it is. And I'm not shaming her for it because I know she's already, unfortunately, probably was feeling that herself. So basically, she went on one of those holistic, natural kicks, clean eating and, not doing this and not eating this and not, keeping my body healthy and, doing this stuff. And then it was another little type of chemo that she was doing that was not strong or whatever, that was more so on the path of what she was doing already with the clean stuff, whatever. And because of that, she thought things was going great until then realized that now it then came stage 4, and that's become very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And then she kind of realized that she regretted the fact that she didn't go ahead and get that double mastectomy. And in situations like this, you just I can't even be upset. I'm just sad because people are going to do what they feel are or is best for them. And we live in a world where you see so many people who are out here putting out pseudoscience or pseudo, options to science things that has been proven and their way have not been proven. And thinking that, this is going to help me, and it's really not. And, you have people who, because that becomes so much, you have people that's taking advantage of people who are out here scamming people and giving them false hopes or, taking their money and giving them a product that does not work, that never been tested. You know what I'm saying? They think they know more than the people who've been testing it or whatever, because people don't trust science these days and people don't trust a lot of things these days. And it's understandable. I get it. But you have to be real careful. And truth be told, I really feel like she could have did both of those at the same time. The real chemo and, you know, some of the stuff that she was also doing on her own. You can't do both. You can work in conjunction with each other. And it probably would have helped out. But once that thing gets stage 4, or once the cancer in your body starts spreading from one location to another location, girl, boy, it's a toss up, and that's when things get really hard, whether or not, you know, you're gonna get through it or not. And I hate that. I really hate that. I fucking hate cancer at the end of the day, and I'm pretty sure we all do. 52 years old, and she still look fucking good, bitch. I'm gonna tell you something. Another Lewis, you know, Another Lewis and Aaliyah was like this. They was besties, okay? And they look like sisters. Okay? Y'all know how much I love me some Aaliyah. But Another Lewis literally was my childhood, okay? She was my childhood. Every time I seen that lady still looked the goddamn same. I was like, shit, bitch, you did not age. Like, come on. I love it. Like, when she said she kept herself together, she kept herself together. Her and Maya. Like, what? What is the regimen? But, yeah. That is really sad. That, when I tell you, baby, when I saw that news pop up, because I honestly, in the back of my mind, when I first heard all of this stuff, and she was talking about it, and I had talked about it in a video, you know, when the interview came out, I had hopes. I had hopes that she would be okay. I had high hopes. And then all of a sudden it comes out yesterday that she passed away. I said, oh my God. Y'all, I'm just tired of people dying. I really am. And you can even say, and you can't even say, well, I know, I said, like, there's a possibility that she could have, not saying that she would have still been here. I should have said it's a possibility she could have still been here. But again, you just don't know how that person's body is. Even if she would have got the double mastectomy or whatever, you don't know if that still would have worked, or if it still would have been some cancer cells left over that still traveled. You just don't know. And that's just how life is. It's so unpredictable. Nothing is 100% certain. And it's just really sad. May she rest in peace. Y'all, that really get me. That really got me. Oh. Anyway. Speaking of deportation, Sammy got deported. Just in case, you know, I just had to get off of that. I had to get off of that because I felt myself about to cry, but I don't want to do that on camera. I ain't trying to be one of them girls. Y'all ain't finna get me. Did y'all see that? And speaking about crying on camera, I ain't spoke about this because let me tell you something. The last time I looked at Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, girl, I don't even know when. Okay, like I'm a couple of seasons, maybe 3 seasons behind. I know they finna come back for another season. I said, well, shit, bitch. Wait a minute, what? Girl, that dude that was the hairstylist to Yandy at one point, and when he came out basically trying to accuse her of cheating on Mendices with some dude out there in London and all of this stuff, I was like, okay. And if she is, I don't care. That's the thing. People putting stuff out. It's the people that's putting stuff out on these women that's in the public eye who got ain't shit niggas. And then trying to make it seem like, oh, the big bombshell is that they was cheating. 9 out of 10 that they was cheating as a get back. Because, well, if you out here doing your thing, I might as well do my thing too. Okay? And with Yandy, I don't really feature her like that. But you have to be out your mind if you really think Mendices is out here being 100% faithful. And you want me to feel some type of way if it comes out for sure that she is out here with another nigga, I don't give a damn. Get yours, baby, because he out here getting his, okay? I mean, you held that nigga down all those years. You might as well, all right? But see, when the hairstylist got up on camera, oh, you not gonna let me, taking away seeing your kids and all that stuff. The way that he was talking as if them kids was his kids, that kind of, okay. But then when he put that video up when he was crying or trying to cry, he was having a breakdown. And I said, you really want a nigga like me or a person like me to look at this and be like, damn, you ain't fucked up for that. It was given very much stunts and shows. It was given very much theatrics. It's doing the complete opposite. And now he put up something else like the pictures or whatever of this particular person. He a decent looking guy too. I'm not mad at it. Now speaking of that, you know, I don't advocate for cheating like that, but if he gonna do it, you do it back, and then y'all get divorced. Leave that nigga, okay? I don't listen. Maybe I am I already told you I'm toxic. I don't care, okay? It is what it is. All right, them people are not gonna leave each other because at the end of the day, they make money with each other. Okay, they make more money together than apart, and that's literally what it is. Now you got a situation like Ralph and Drew from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's talk about it, okay? Because again, Ralph, let me tell you something, sir. Even though I was like gagged a little bit, I said gagged only because I said, bitch, confirmation of what I've already knew. What I already knew. Baby, we don't give a damn. Okay? One, all you did was prove that Drew is a liar. We already know that. Okay? But in this situation, I truly don't give a shit. All right? But because Ralph, you're a liar too. You want us to be sitting here looking at you as if you are a good guy. You're the best guy. You are the best husband. I want to say, oh, when we were on Real Housewives and that whole Tampa trip, that was a lie just so that Drew can keep her peach. Why would that be? Why would you do something like that so early in the season to keep your peach? That don't even make sense. That happened on literally like the first or second episode. Okay? Like, damn. You know, what the freak? That don't even make sense, Ralph. All right, you're trying to make it out to say that you never cheated. Nobody believes you. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I'll give you this. When it came out that it was a possibility that something was going on between Ty and, Drew, about a good 95% of us believed that it was already going on. You ain't need to prove nothing. We already believed it. Okay? And if we was the lesbians, the bi-curious, and the DL girls, they already knew that it was true, okay? Now, when it comes to the heterosexual girls, maybe they had a little bit of doubt. But, bitch, the majority of us already fucking knew, okay? We knew. So, you ain't have to do all this to prove the shit, okay? At the end of the day, it still ain't gonna change what we feel about you. You still ain't shit. She ain't shit. But, baby, at the end of the day, you can't tell me Drew ain't do this for, it was a tit for tat type of situation. I go down in flames, bitch, and to my grave and say that you did it first and she got back at your ass. You want to know how I know that you did it first? Because if she would have did it first, y'all wouldn't have made it this far. No, y'all wouldn't have made it this far. You would have instantly wanted to divorce her. But she stayed with you after you did what you did. But then when she did what she did, all of a sudden it's, let's get a divorce because, you cheated with Ty. And it's also an ego thing because not only did she allegedly cheat on you, she cheated on you with a woman. And you probably didn't even think that she even liked women. Okay? And 9 out of 10, she probably did. And she just caught Ty eye and she said, oh shit, I like your swag. Something about it just kind of caught me. And that happens too. Bitch, let me tell you something. And let me get on Ty right quick. Now, let me tell you, Ty, what is your real name? Tylene? Let me see. Let me look this up. Tamara? What? And she 38 years old. Bitch, we the same age. Ain't that some shit? Bitch, let me tell you something. You need to keep your strap to yourself, Ty. Okay? You need to calm down. Alright? Leave the straight girls alone. All right, leave them alone. Give them a break. Okay, I don't know what it is about Ty Young. She's not a bad looking woman. Okay, but I just don't understand what it is. Is it the charisma? Do she got a good personality? Because for the last few years, I've seen her with nothing but straight or bi-curious girls. All right. Now, when she got with Mimi on Love and Hip Hop, I said, bitch, when Mimi was. And Mimi still ain't. And this is how I know that they be straight or bi-curious because they'll be with her And it's like, when a girl is still straight or back here, they'll be with a lesbian, okay? And then when they break up, they'll go back to a nigga. And they'll never get with another bitch again, okay? That little, tryst and that thing on their little bucket list, that thing that was curious about that, it has been fulfilled. That it was cute. It was cute, but let me get back to what I really want. And what I really want is a nigga. A nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's fine. Just don't bring that shit over here. I don't do that. Don't play with my emotions like that. See, that's why I don't understand. See, I can't because I'm not cold-hearted like that. I can't. Bitch, don't play with me. And then you fuck me up. And you play me. And then that's just going to make me harder to trust you. Harder to let you in anymore like that. It's just gonna be fucked up. It's just really gonna be fucked up like that. Okay? But I don't understand what it is with Ty, because then she got with Mimi. Next thing you know, she was with Ming Lee. And I said, well, how the fuck I said I thought she was with a man. What? And now this whole thing with Drew, and then on Basketball Wives with Ming put it out there saying that basically the reason why that them two part of why they broke up was because Ty kept on texting and having conversations with Drew and was doing whatever, going to see Drew and all this stuff when she told her to stop. And then guess what also happened? Ming was cheating on her too with a man. See, like this dad. What did I say? I told y'all all the time, some lesbians really go after straight girls. It's really a goal of theirs to try to turn them out a little bit. Okay? Hey, I don't know. But Drew, let me tell you something. Y'all want to hear the text messages that... Ralph, where the fuck you get them text messages from? Or did you make them text messages yourself? Either way, I do 100% believe that they was click-clacking. Okay? Because ain't no way in hell. Let me tell you something. The way that lesbians work... Y'all go back and y'all look at Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Drew had already said, I went to her games or whatever. This is back when Ty was out here coaching, being assistant coach out here in Chicago for the Chicago Sky. Mind you, Drew is from Chicago. Drew got family still out here, so Drew do be coming out here. You're not coming out here just to be friends with this girl and y'all having text message conversations like this, okay? Real lesbian and this is classic fucking lesbians too. A lesbian will literally get on the plane and go to you. We have no problem. I don't know what the fuck that is, but we're getting in a relationship with somebody that ain't even in our city, that we literally got to catch a flight for, and have no problem doing it. Have no problem doing it. So I said, damn, Drew, what the fuck? Listen to these text messages. Y'all know I love stuff like this. Okay. Ty. Is it Ty? Bitch, these text messages say, that's me. That's my baby. Oh, thank you. I love you so much. I love you and I miss you so much. I can't wait to have you +3. Oh my God, at first I was like, wait, +3, but I get it. And baby, I love it so much. I can't wait either. Are you ready? That's, I'm nervous. LOL at +4. I'm watching your show. This is Ty speaking. My brother said I did say I want a family. And then here go Drew. Be careful what you ask for. Oh, Lord. What episode you on? Here go Drew again. Baby, I was knocked out. I just woke up thinking about you. I miss you so much. Thank you for my flowers. Crazy. LOL. Let's talk about the screenshot, because, yeah, that's strange. Okay, I can't sleep. I've been sleeping on and off. And then it's a screenshot of Drew on the phone like this. Let me just show you what the fuck it is. There it is, okay? And then she sends a picture of her hair, well, actually it's a video. Ty had got her hair done or whatever. And then Drew was like, it looks so good and healthy. And then here go Ty. Any details on your truck? And thank you, baby. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut it or let it grow. I don't like not being able to speak to you on the phone. Not being able to speak to you on the phone. I'm thinking about changing my number. And then you get this picture. Somebody said Ty put her fingers to work so goddamn bad that lady fell asleep up in that damn car. I just... all hilarious. And I said, now, Ralph, what's the point of putting all this shit out now? Okay? Like, if you really wanted it to have impact, you should have put it out when the rumors first came out about her doing something with Ty and when she was lying about it, bitch. That's when you should have did something. You could have stopped. You could have probably had a bigger role on the goddamn show, okay? If you was really thinking. Or you could have put it out a few weeks ago. I don't understand what's the point of this now, okay? The show is over with. They done filmed the reunion already. So what's the point? What's the point? Y'all trying to get her up for season 17? You trying to secure her peach for season 17? Girl, Ty, leave these women's alone, okay? Get you a gay girl, all right? Let's stop. Because a gay bitch ain't going to take that bullshit that you going with these straight girls. That's what it is. But anyway, moving on from that, tell me what y'all feel about that. Bitch, ain't nobody surprised. You know, y'all see that clip? Yeah, that's the only thing I really like for Paige when she... Also, again, like I said, Simon got deported. Simon had been up in ICE detention this whole damn time. And that man got deported the other day. Okay? And then they said, I think is the divorce final? Now, they say a source say. Now, we don't know. Take this with a grain of salt. Salty. They said that in this divorce hearing, they had, via Zoom, a judge enforced that Portia and Simon's prenup, ordering Simon to pay Portia $40,000 a month in alimony for up to 15 months and cover all her legal fees. She'll also get to keep the Rolls Royce that he gifted her. The court also gave Portia until 2027 to decide if she wants to stay in their $7 million home that originally was Simon's premarital asset. And if she chooses to remain, she must refinance and buy out Simon's 50% stake, though he will continue to pay the mortgage in the meantime. Bitch, he was pissed the fuck off. He got at least 30 days to appeal this whole thing. And let me tell you something. Get the lawyers. I know he got his lawyers already ramping up. Okay? He said, don't fuck around. The paper's already been filed for the appeal. Probably by now already. Because, girl, imagine you getting into a relationship with somebody, only been married for less than 2 years, and they get your house that you had way before them. Wow, Portia committed the biggest scam of our... Oh my God, that bitch. Child. Took that lady husband and took that man house. Bitch, I don't condone none of this shit, okay? I don't. Because that's trifling as hell. But, you know. Oh my God, it's so funny. Anyway, you want to know what else is funny? The GNX tour starts tonight in Toronto. Tonight is the 12th. Today is the 12th, and it's going today and tomorrow, okay? Out there in Toronto. Big T. Imagine, and I went on the website. I went on Ticketmaster just to see if the shit was sold out. And yeah, pretty much. It's probably, well, when I went on there, it was like, when I say a very few, I mean a very, very few resale tickets. Very, very few. All right? Like, you really had to blow the goddamn map up and then expound that bitch a little bit more and to see, like, it probably was a couple of seats in a few sections here and there. That's it. By now, they're probably all sold out. Okay? Imagine your biggest op, or the guy that became your biggest op, who totally destroyed you in a rap beef that you couldn't take, so you had to sue the company that, you know, does your music. And he comes to your city and sells out 2 dates at a stadium tour. And he's going to be performing all of the diss tracks that he's put out against you. That were excellent, by the way. And I just know he's going to play. And if he doesn't, I'm going to be surprised. He's going to play. Not like us. At least more than once. Oh, God. I wish I could be there. so funny. Like, oh my God. Now, if he, bitch, I would be gagging too if Drake would have did some shit like that to Kim. You know what? He did do that. Now, let's be honest, all right? Let's be honest, okay? The way that Drake got demolished in this goddamn beef is the same way that he and his reputation kind of got a little fucked up a little bit. You know, it ain't like, can he come back? If he go away for a second, yeah, he'll come back and he'll be all right. But Drake did the same thing to Meek Mills. Did y'all forget that? Like, Meek Mills ain't been the same since. Truth be told, the only difference is Meek ain't Sue, okay? But Meek ain't been the same since. And Meek kind of had that shit coming. And Meek is weird as fuck anyway. So, I was like, well, shit, you did it to one rapper, and another rapper came and did it to you. And like, take your liquor and keep on kicking. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If you ain't go to the GNX tour, y'all need to go. All right? I had a ball. But I tell you, I was, you know, and I say this all the time. Please, please, please. Who's that? Do not let the fact that you are interested in going someplace and you don't have anybody to go with you because, oh, either they not interested in the same thing that you're interested in, or you just don't got nobody, period. Don't let that stop you from not, you know, venturing out. I say this all the time, okay? Because I do be seeing people that be asking these dumb questions like, y'all really be going to shows by yourself? Y'all really be going to movies by yourself? Y'all really be going out to eat by yourself? Yes. The fuck we supposed to do? Just stay in the house and be a hermit? Okay? Like, some of us really do be doing that, but, you know, we got to break out. Okay? You can't let just being by yourself just not to stop you from doing shit. All right, I go to concerts by myself. You know, I go to movies by myself or whatever. I went to the GNX tour by myself, and I had a good-ass time. Baby, the seats were rocking. The stadium was rocking. The energy was rocking, bitch. Met some people. You know what I'm saying? Had a bomb time. And when I tell you that energy in that goddamn stadium, bitch. And I mean, it was like that throughout. Because I was really concerned. I was like, listen, girl, now when SZA get out on the stage, is it going to be the same? Absolutely. Them motherfuckers was not just there to see Kendrick. They was there to see both of them bitches, just like I was, okay? I mean, everybody singing word for word. Everybody rapping word for word. Bitch, it was a fucking time. Do not fucking let that shit be stopping you. Like, come on, go out. You know? Gotta have some fun some way, somehow. Okay? But moving on from that, R. Kelly, it ain't gonna happen. But then again, you just never know. R. Kelly and his people trying to reach out to Trump and trying to get his sentence commuted or whatever, basically trying to say the guards and them, the deputies and all that stuff, they trying to get at him and everything, and they trying to kill him up in there. Baby, just sit there. I'm sorry. Just sit there, okay? We ain't got time for it. We ain't got time for it. Also, Jimmy Ward, put his ass up in goddamn prison, okay? Listen, I ain't never heard this man in a day in my life. I didn't even know that Texas had a goddamn football team called the Houston Texans, okay? Texans, until the Beyonce Bowl. But baby, you literally just got your contract in 2023, okay? You literally just got your contract in 2023, and you out here getting caught up, choking and strangling your goddamn fiance, and she pressing charges against your ass, and she got a protection order against you. Bitch, get him off the goddamn team. The team, y'all talk about y'all heard what was happening and all that stuff, and you know, we gathering more information. What the fuck you need to gather more information for? The bitch said that he strangled her. She got a ring around her neck. What the fuck else information do you need? And see, this is type I don't like. Some of these shits, y'all be protecting niggas that be fucking abusers, and I just don't like it. But y'all to throw Michael Vick, well, he deserved that. I mean, come on now. Y'all was dog fighting or whatever. If you could, you know, you get what I'm saying. But shit, that's fucked up. And see, that should be making me so scared. I be like, y'all be taking risks, no lie. Y'all don't want that stereotype to be out on there about men in sports or whatever, especially like football or whatever. You know, it's one thing to be like with a basketball player. I feel like sometimes with a basketball player, all you really got to look forward to is that they might be cheating on you. 9 out of 10, that's what's going to happen. They're going to cheat on you. That's what it is. But when you be like on football, girl, that just feel real scary. Because it's like, They used to hitting people all the time. They used to hitting big ass niggas, just as big or bigger than them. So, you know, they aggressive a little bit already. I be scared, bitch. You know, they already buff and shit. Have you ever seen one of them football player necks? Them motherfuckers necks be, oh, I be like, God damn, why your neck so fucking thick like that? Can you even turn? You know, and I just be like, oh, y'all be fucking around with that? Oh, I couldn't. I'd be scared. They could probably lift my big ass up too, but I still be scared. That ain't right, though. I'd be really scared for real. No shade. No shade. Keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. Your fiance? Oh my God. Somebody said, and I forgot to mention this, 106 & Park, who asked for it, but okay. They getting us 106 in sports, all right? On the BET Awards, Cam Newton came out there and he was talking about it with one of these other people. I don't know what the lady name was, but all I remember at this point is Cam Newton floral arrangement that he had on. Somebody in the comments on one of these blogs that I was looking at said Jasmine Brown really allowed herself to get pregnant by Willy Wonka in The Golden Ticket. You know, it's silly shit like that, especially when you know the reference, because you used to watch the movie all the time when you were a kid. It literally hit my funny bone in a way that I didn't expect it, because he was very shiny and florally, okay? But of course, yes, she allowed herself to get pregnant by that man twice, okay? You know, she's Queen Pick Me, all right? You know, that man can get up there and disrespect the hell out of her and say that he's not going to marry another bitch. He's not going to marry anybody because he's not ready for that and he don't think that he'll ever be, and you'll still stay. But that's what you want. Hey, do you, boo. Lil Wayne album. Pitchfork came out and gave that album a 2.9 out of 10. Have I listened to it yet? Absolutely not. I will get to it eventually. And it ain't even because it's Wayne or because of the mess that's been going on. It's literally, I have not listened to any. Girl, I have a list. I haven't even listened to Coco Jones' album yet. That's how far behind I am, okay? I just have not been in the mood to listen to anything. Like, I've been listening to my podcast, and I even been slacking on that because I'm behind a couple of weeks or so on a couple of my podcasts. I really just haven't been in the mood, and that's when I know. I told y'all already a few videos ago I was in a depressive state or whatever. That's exactly why. And when I get that way, I don't want to listen to or do nothing. So that's just what it was. I'm getting out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get to it, bitch. But the girls at Pitchfork is saying that album sucked ass. And I said, well, shit, bitch. Not Lil Wayne. They say, yes, Lil Wayne. This is what they said about it. They said it's a 2.9 out of 10. The first problem is that there aren't any good songs. There are perhaps 2 passages across Carter 6 67 minutes that scans as anything other than a product of a hyper-competent professional in need of serious creative guidance. Many of the album's beats are simply too disposable to be scaffolding of anything good. A highlight said is Wayne's best performance on the project, which is Rory. I guess that's one of the songs that ultimately concluded the album failed to live up to expectation, especially from an artist like Lil Wayne's stature, I should say. I mean, that's what people have said. I guess diehard fans are saying it is good, and a lot of people are saying that it's bad. I don't know. I'll give my opinion when I actually listen to it. But I don't have high hopes, okay? Meanwhile, another song from him, when Nicki Minaj was a remix to Bandin' N.O. Came out, and she throwing shots at Jay-Z. She throwing shots at what's his name, Shannon Sharp. calling him flip-floppy and all that shit or whatever. And then this whole thing about Jay-Z, a line that the people say is about Jay-Z, saying, tell the NFL to fire some niggas and hire us. No, fire some niggas and then call us. Call y'all for what? No shade. Like, can we be 100% real here? Okay? I understand being upset that a person that you wanted so bad to be in the Super Bowl, but this beef that she got with Jay-Z is just really a one-sided thing at this point, and it's not doing you any service, okay? It's doing you more so of a disservice, all right? You want people to take you serious. NFL, and even if you just playing around because you need something to rap about and you want to make a dig, you want to know what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. You're still going to be where you're at, and Jay-Z's still going to be where he's at. Okay? And what you're actually going to do is you're going to continue to dig a hole deeper, and you're not going to be back on that damn stage by yourself. Okay? I understand wanting to have Lil Wayne be out there on that stage because you would think that Lil Wayne would bring out Young Money, but Young Money of yesteryear is gone. All right? Let's just be 100% honest. Okay? At the time, Wayne could not do that Super Bowl. I don't understand why we still talking about it. But this being bitter and everything, it's not working in your favor. It's not working in his favor. It's not working in anybody on Young Money's favor. It's not. It's just going to be a hindrance. It's just going to push y'all back. Okay? Because that man going to be up in there in the head of the fucking production and help. JC did a whole lot for the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Okay? He got niggas on there that never would have thought that they probably would have been on there had he not been there. Okay? And so, therefore, let's be proud about that. You know, that aspect of it. But just keep on putting this one-sided beef out there. Baby, you ain't never hitting that stage on that Super Bowl, at least for the next 5 years. At least for the next 5 years, because that's how much his contract got extended for. So, that's 5 more Super Bowls. Y'all gotta calm down. Quit fucking up your chances, okay? Just be quiet. Be quiet. And let's put out another album. For real. Moving on from that. Speaking of a motherfucker that needs to be quiet, Clarissa Shields. And if y'all don't know who that is, that's Remy Ma's husband's girlfriend. I'm going to need her to shut the fuck up too. Okay? Because at this point in time, you're becoming irritating as hell. You know, very goddamn irritating. And I actually used to like you when you first came out because I was like, oh shit, she stood on against Remy Ma because on the like, at the end of the day, Remy Ma got a boyfriend too. She's still married. You got and Papoose got a girlfriend and he's still married. But at the same time, it's like you're coming out and you're sounding, you know, she had an issue about this whole BET Awards being the sportswoman of the year, and Angel Reese got it. I feel so bad for Angel Reese because I feel like Angel Reese gets so much hate and she don't do nothing to nobody. Okay? She don't do nothing to nobody. I can see critiquing a person's, skill or whatever and everything, but the way that people critique her, they do it in a nasty way. They do it in a way to try to destroy her, and it's just really, I feel for her mental health. To see her out there crying at that, trying to keep it in, and having to defend herself, especially with all of the shit that she's been going through, and then you put out a tweet talking about I'm still confused as to how you didn't win because you thought it was about accolades and stuff like that and award and things that you have. Baby, everybody in that motherfucking category had accolades just like you. And some of them deserved it way more than you did. If Angel Reese didn't get it, let's say people say, because I already know it's people going to say that, well, Angel Reese probably shouldn't have got it. Okay, well, even if you feel like she shouldn't have got it, she did. But if she wouldn't have had got it, Clarissa, you never was going to get it, to be quite honest. It probably would have went to Asia Wilson, which it probably should have went to in the first place. But, in no shade to Angel, but let's just call it a spade. It should have went to Asia, if you ask me. But listen, this is the list. The nominations was Don Staley, Asia Wilson, Sha'Carri Richardson, Simone Biles, Falaje Johnson, Coco Gauff, and Juju Watkins. I hope Juju doing okay. I really do. But let me take that back. That's a tough category. Because I forgot Simone Biles was up in that. Simone Biles then got way more fucking medals and accolades than your ass has, and you really talk about some accolades, the most accolades, the most medals, the most this, bitch, she would have got that if you would have kept had it, if you want to be truthful, okay? Asia Wilson would have got it before you. And you want to know what it is? Also, you have to understand that at the end of the day, you are playing into your own narratives because the people these days know you more so. And it's a lot of us that didn't even know who the hell you were prior to Remy Ma in this situation with Papoose and you. Okay? And this is the impression that you are giving us. The impression that you are giving us is you're messy. You're very, very messy and you're very immature. Okay? And you have a nasty attitude sometimes. Now, at first, I like a competitive ass bitch. I really do. But when you get to doing shit like this, it's like, come the fuck on, girl. Okay? We're not in the goddamn boxing ring. Keep that shit for the boxing ring. Talk that talk in the boxing ring. I love it when y'all do that shit. Okay? And she's the type of bitch that probably, she says she gonna do it, bitch, she gonna do it. But at the end of the day, you doing this and you calling that out on that girl who is already going through a whole bunch of shit and a whole bunch of hate, and you just adding on to it. You just adding on to it. That's not sportswoman-like behavior. That's not deserving of the fucking award. And then your whole personal life is all out on display. It's so goddamn messy. That's all people want to know you for. They don't care about you a boxer or whatever and that you are an Olympic winning gold medalist. People don't fucking know that shit. They know about the fact that you going back and forth with Remy Ma because you fucking around with her husband, even though she got a boyfriend too. You know what I'm saying? That's what they know. That's what they probably going off of. And then this award, they said, from what I was told, the fans picked it. So, again, you're not making the greatest impression, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, and then, don't get me wrong, I do like Angel. When I'm Team Angel over here, you trying to clear it up. It's too late. The damage has already been done. Okay? Like, girl, calm it down. You'll get yours when you're supposed to get yours, okay? Stay out the news for fucking another man that's married, and even though his wife got a boyfriend too. It's just messy. It's not making you look good, okay? Take a little time off of social media. Cool. I understand being upset about certain things, but sometimes, given our position, we have to take a beat and decide what to post and what not to post, okay? But moving on from that, what else? The rapper Salento, watch me whip, watch me nay nay. Baby, he gone to jail for 30 years. He pleaded guilty to what he did. He pleaded guilty, but mentally ill to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, and other charges connected to a 2021 murder of his cousin. So yeah, we been following this case and we knew what was going on, but he finally pled guilty, and then he got sentenced to 30 years. I don't know if they're going to put him actually in jail if he do have mental health issues. Need to put him probably in a prison hospital, mental hospital, whatever. But the PR manager that he has, she issued a statement. Mind you, her name is Chanel. She said, please send my client, Salento, some positive vibrations. Over the past several years, Ricky, that's his name, has been suffering immensely from a series of mental health illnesses. And mind you, shout out to all my men out there, because ain't it mental health month for men? We hear you, we see you. I'm going to talk about something in a second. Over the past year, we will continue in his effort of treatment, but we ask in the meantime for the public to uplift him and his family in immediate prayer and positive energy. Ricky is a beautiful soul, and we hope that the same people who came up whipping and nay-naying with him continue to support him and keep him lifted in prayer. Girl, all right. Amen. Girl, you ain't have to put that whipping and nay-nay in there, because, girl, that kind of took me out for a little bit. I don't know why it did, but it did. But, yeah, mental health, men's mental health, we need to get on it more. I seen that little interview, that little clip with, what's his name? Woody? Woody. Is it Woody? Came from Power. Bobby Brown. Woody, right? Bitch, y'all know who I'm talking to. And he was just talking about, not wanting to be typecast in the same, as a thug or as this gangster person or whatever, as the same character when he do his acting and whatever. And he was giving an experience about somebody that didn't know who he was or whatever and thought that that's what he did. And basically, because he don't want to get into that and because he take his craft so much, and you could tell it has been bothering him, he had a moment where he literally just broke down and cried. And I will say this, Cam Newton ain't really my cup of tea, okay? He done said some things that I totally don't agree with. But in that moment, the way he sat there and just let him cry, let him get his emotions together. He did get up off the set to try to get himself together a little bit. Cam didn't ask where you going. He didn't say stop. He continued to be quiet. And then when he came back out there, Woody the Great, that's what it's called. He came back out there. Is it Woody McClain? I feel like that's what it is. I don't feel like looking it up. He came back out there and he still was in his feelings. He was in his emotions. And I want men to understand, and I need y'all to just let these men cry. We can say that we want to be there for men and all that stuff and say this is Men's Mental Health Month and all this other things or whatever, but we let these motherfuckers cry. Y'all, it's okay to fucking cry. You're not soft. God gave you tear ducts for that fucking reason. If you wasn't meant to cry, you wouldn't have been made with them, bitch. Cry. Get that fucking shit out, okay? You ain't weak for that. Get it out, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't calling y'all no bitch. I just needed to end the sentence. I'm so sorry. Oh, I ain't gonna be like, now how you gonna tell them to cry and that they ain't weak? You gonna call them a bitch? I wasn't calling them a bitch. I was just saying, it's a placeholder. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm telling y'all, if I would have did this shit yesterday, y'all wouldn't have been able to get me in this form. I'm dead ass, okay? Oh, this is so crazy. Man, that wasn't even on my list. What else is going on? Baby, they had recalled some shrimps. At least 45,000 pounds of them. If you, the Bornstein Food Shrimp, what is it, Seafood Inc., cooked and peeled, ready to eat cold water shrimp meat over concerns of listeria. Girl, I seen somebody that had listeria. They couldn't stop shitting and throwing up. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I don't want nothing like that. Okay? I was about to say, truth be told, if I had to choose between something constantly coming up, in which way, baby, I choose the shitting. I know it is, booty hole probably be raw as shit because, it probably raw as hell because, that's a lot of white men. That's a lot of ass back there. You know what I'm saying? But, god damn, can you imagine just constantly throwing up and throwing up and throwing up? Well, truth be told, that's really what I was doing earlier. So, it's irritating as hell. It is irritating as hell. And I remember one time that, especially when my acid reflux was messing up so much, I didn't realize that that's what was going on. And I just kept on throwing up. I think it was because that ain't even what it was. I had ate some bad Chinese food from this place that my mama used to get us all the time. I said, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? I could not keep nothing of that down. When that shit hit, it hit so bad. It got to a point where I wasn't even throwing up anything because everything that was inside my stomach was gone. I'm throwing up acid now. And then it just, that feeling that you have to, it just kept going. I'm gagging. I'm just throwing it up. So much so, and it was so hard. I busted a couple of blood vessels in my eye. Bitch. I had looked up in the mirror. I came into the bathroom and looked in the mirror one day. I said, oh my God, what the fuck is that? And y'all already know. I'm a hypochondriac. I don't give a fuck. I just gotta admit it. That's just really what it is, okay? I literally was just about to I thought I was about to die. I said, oh my God, what is going on with my eye? Like, it was like right here, bitch. It was like right all up in here, busted it. I said, God damn. My mama said, what the fuck? That's because you up in there throwing up so much. I said, well, take me to the doctor, bitch. Did she? No. I said, child, all right. But yeah, I would rather it come out my ass than my mouth, because that shit, at least I'd be sitting down. I don't know. But anyway, Dame Dash. Let me tell you something. Maybe that's the reason why your ass is going on podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast talking about motherfuckers that's doing 100,000 times better than you, because you needed some money and you still couldn't come up with the rest of it. Now, what you should have been doing was trying to get your affairs in order and trying to figure out how to make this shit work. How to turn $50 into $500,000. Okay, that's what you should have been trying to do. All right, Dame Dash is such a sad case. Dame Dash is the literal example of ego comes before the fall. Pride comes before the fall. Ego is the downfall of many powerful people. Okay? That man could have been, truth be told, I ain't even gonna hold you. The way Dame Dash ran Rockefeller and the way he and Jay-Z, he helped him out and all that stuff, I don't give a fuck what Jay-Z did to him. Because I believe that happened. Okay? That nigga ain't innocent. We already know that. But at the same time, Dame should have been able to get about that situation, and he should have been able to make it work for him, and he should have been able to be this big dude. Dame had all the fucking potential in the fucking world to be where Jay-Z is at. He really did. He really did. Like, literally in my mind, what should have happened is them motherfuckers should be neck and neck, and they should be each other's competition right about now. Okay, competing for bids, competing for this, and both billionaires. That's what they should have been. But no, that's not what happened to Dame. Dame fucked it up with himself too. His legal problems have reached a breaking point. The judge has ordered that him and his company, Poppington LLC, forfeit full ownership of multiple businesses and movie copyrights after failing to pay a $823,284.71 judgment. This came on June 9th. That was a couple of days ago. Well, that was a few days ago. And basically, the order from the U.S. magistrate includes that Dame Dash Films, Inc., Blue Rock LLC, Black Rock LLC, interest in Lebanon Improvement LLC, Ocean East Improvement LLC, and 1996 Songs LLC. He got to surrender copyrights to Honor Up, To Honorable, We Want To China, and Welcome to Black Rock. And if he doesn't object by June 16th, the U.S. Marshal will auction off his assets within 180 days. This stems from a defamation case, copyright case that Dash was hit with at the tune of $705,400. I had to get it right, bitch. This all happened, and he had damages of a plus $117,884.71 in interest. He got 14 days to produce ownership of the records and another 10 days to turn over the assignments. And this is all date back when he had to file bankruptcy in 2019, bitch. And his daughter is on that new show, NYC. Ain't her, what the daughter mama name is? Rachel Roy? I was about to say Rachel Ray. Wrong, bitch. Rachel Roy. That's the one that they said Jay-Z was fucking around on. Beyonce. Well, I remember when all that shit came out. That shit was so funny. She's an American fashion designer. And the first question is, did Jay-Z have a relationship with him? Oh, that's crazy. Let me see what her net worth is. Because I don't ever see her in the no, she got a little change. But, yeah. Get to it, nigga. That's sad. That is sad. You had all of that. Cause listen, Rockefeller used to be that nigga back in the day. I love me some Rockefeller, Rockaware. I really was a Rockaware girl. I was a Rockaware girl, for real, for real. Cause this back in the day when you had Sean John, and I had a couple of Sean John items too. I ain't gonna hold you. Had a few Fat Farm items too. Okay, a little baby fat here and there. You know, cause I was going through a phase. Bitch, I didn't know whether I want to be nigga or want to be bitch. I didn't know. Okay, so hey, there it is. So I had a mixture. You know, Rockaware. The only ones I didn't get was the G Units, and I wanted some of them G Unit shoes. I had some Rockaware shoes. I had some Fat Farm shoes. I had some Rockaware clothes. Y'all remember when they used to do the Fat Albert shit? Bitch, I'm taking y'all back. Fat Albert, I had a couple of shirts like that. The Paco jeans, I had a couple of them too. Jabot jeans, bitch, yeah, I had some of those. That's why girl, we need to bring it back. Bring it back, okay? Bring it back now. It was a time. But yeah, and let me tell you something. Dame Dash, bitch, listen. State property and state property too. Yeah. Beans, nigga, get down to lay down. Them my movies, okay? Them are my movies. Stupid as shit. Mind you, this is what I meant when I said in my BET Award video about Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey will always be black to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, okay? That lady hung around the niggas. Mo was up in state property. And she was one of his bitches. I mean, well, he was the one, she was the main one that didn't take his shit, okay, and spent up all his money. When she said that bitch on the plane spilled Avion water on her fucking boots and said, nigga, you owe me a pair of boots. I said, all right. And all he could say was get in the fucking car after she had already walked away and got in the car. Girl, listen, Mariah Carey is that bitch. Like, come on. Give her respect, all right? But, yeah. What else? Love is Blind. Y'all, do y'all watch that? Okay, remember the season with Lydia and Miles on there? Lydia was older than Miles, and I just didn't understand how did they got together. I thought they definitely was not gonna go through with the marriage, and come to find out they did. Come to find out she's filing for divorce because basically he's talking to other bitches, flirting with other bitches, and that's just basically it. She want to act like it ain't got no age difference that's playing a part. Talk about something. He's immature. Yes, he's immature. He's not ready to be married. I don't understand why he was on that show anyway. He was not ready to be married. A lot of them be on that show, and they are not fit for marriage yet. So, nobody is surprised, especially about Lydia and, Miles. Listen, the Ultimatum Queer Love is coming back for another season 2. I will be watching. Don't know if I'm going to discuss it or anything, but I'm definitely going to be watching because gay. But at the same time, I'm a little disappointed, of course, already, because the casting is just like, can we get a little bit of variety? I need diversity. All right, I need these dating shows to come up with more than one black couple. I don't need a black couple and a white couple. I don't need a black couple and this couple. I need a black couple. Okay, and then another black couple, and then another black couple. Let's say if we got 6 couples all together, 3 of them bitches got to be black. Okay, we need to get one of those and let the other 2 let one be Hispanic, one be Asian, and then one be white. There it is. We gonna have to switch it up like that. It always be fucking white. I'm no shade to them, but baby, can we get a little spice up in there? Can we get a little variety? Okay. That's all that I be asking. Also, let me ask y'all this. So, my timeline has been filled with a whole bunch of people, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on TikTok. Love Island this, Love Island that. And at this point, I've been seeing it so much. It's so much discussion about it, so many tweets about it from people that I actually follow me or whatever. And my thing is, I don't do the dating shows outside of the Love is Blind. Hell, I didn't even watch Love is Blind last season because when I tell you them bitches was bland as fuck when I saw it and what people were saying, they said that was the most boring season ever. I didn't even bother to look at it, okay? I don't know. I haven't looked at anything like that. Do you think I should watch it? Since everybody else is watching it, do I should give it a chance to see what the fuck it's about? Or is this like, Ashley, no, don't do it, you know? Is it something like the Big Brother shit? I don't watch Big Brother either, but everybody and their mama be talking about that shit when they come on too. I be like, God damn, the fuck? But yeah, do you think I should watch it to get on task and judge for myself? Like, put it down in the comments. Are you guys watching it? Don't tell me shit about it, but just tell me. Do you think I should watch it? I'm dead serious, okay? Oh yeah, and speaking about some stuff, I know people been talking about it, and because we are YouTubers, first of all, rest in peace to all them people that passed away in that Indian Air flight. It's what's it called? Air India. They was heading to London airport from India, and the plane crashed. It had 244 people that was on there, and they said at least 200 people had already died, and they just pulling out the bodies. I feel so bad. Ooh, that's a lot. That is a lot to fucking deal with. The anguish, the hurt, the pain, all them people and they relative. Can't do it. Can't do it. Got to be more fucking careful. Bitch, that is crazy. Lawsuits out the ass, okay? Crashed into a medical college shortly after takeoff. Wow. Crazy. And it's another Boeing plane. Bitch, what? Girl, pause. Before I get on to the last thing that I really want to talk about, let me talk about this shit right quick, okay? Come together. Ocean Gate. I'm going to need y'all to go and watch the Ocean Gate documentary that's on, was it on Hulu? No, HBO Max, okay? One is on HBO Max that had came out earlier this month or at the end of last month. And then the one that's on Netflix, it came out yesterday. Bitch, was I up in here watching both of them? Abso-fucking-lutely, okay? They're telling the same thing, but in two different versions, two different ways. And they both have, the one on Netflix is more so about the people that actually worked on there. They're giving their side. Some other people that we don't see in the HBO Max one, they're telling their version or whatever, plus part of the investigation and the hearing for it, you know, and just, oh my God, Rush Stockton, whatever the fuck his name was, he is the pure definition of a white man, no shade, that's just really what it is, who has too much fucking money and too much goddamn time on his hand to do what he did. He was pompous. I have been going down a rabbit hole. I'm one of those people, like, I love history. I love certain type of events that happen. You know what I'm saying? And so, therefore, once I get fixated on it, I need to go and I need to look up everything about it. And Ocean Gate has been one of those things that I have been doing. Like, you go into my YouTube, bitch, it's all on there. Okay? That's my algorithm right there. And the more that I learned about this man and how he was just stubborn and stuck in his ways, this motherfucker put all these people in jeopardy, including himself, and did not give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. People were telling him that you should not make this submersible out of carbon fiber. Yeah, it may be strong, it may be cheaper or whatever, and lighter and all that stuff, but it is not made to be in no submersible going that far down to the deep depths of the ocean floor. Absolutely fucking not. And to look at the fucking pictures and the videos of them doing test dives when they first made the submersible, and they was just trying to make sure it can see how far it can go before they need to, what they need to do to reinforce it or whatever they need to do with the carbon fiber hull. Baby, all them poppings and all them crackings that you was hearing on every goddamn dive, and he was just putting it to the side like, oh, that's gonna happen, that's nothing, whatever. And then at one point, he said he just put his headphones in his ear so he wouldn't hear it, and that's how he got through it. Bitch, what? Are you fucking serious? This man was playing Russian roulette with everybody's lives, okay? He did not give a fuck, you know? And then come to find out, he had a contract with Boeing. And even Boeing came to a point that told him, bitch, this is not sustainable. Somebody's going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt because this is going to fail eventually. And Boeing had to break out and be like, we was cool, but we can't be behind. We can't be part of this, okay? I said, not Boeing, and y'all planes falling out the sky left and right. Like, what? Girl, and this shit was going on for years. This shit was going on for years. And literally, when he's one of those people that literally, you would tell him, this is not sustainable. You need to change this up. This is not going to work. You're going to get yourself, you're going to get some stuff happen to you, whatever. You tell him that what you don't want, what he don't want to hear, he fired him. What? Because I say, no, don't do the carbon fiber. And the next day I get fired because I said, don't do carbon fiber hull. I said, oh my God. And mind you, his wife is the great-granddaughter of the Strauss couple that was on the Titanic that died. Now, the Strauss couple, they the family that do Macy's. Yeah. Mind you, she was listening to the dive when it happened. And she heard that shit. They heard that shit. It was a pop when the motherfucking thing exploded. So they knew, not them, because they didn't realize that was happening. Like when they trying to, on that day when they did the dive and they heard that damn pop on the audio and they stopped, they was like, what was that? That was the fucking submersible imploding. I said, oh my God, what? You're listening to all these people dead. Your husband just died right there in your ear and you didn't even realize it. But the other people, what is that? The air people, the maritime people, whatever, they knew what it was. So while we was out here trying to, oh my God, are they okay? Are they okay? They already knew that them motherfuckers was gone. Bitch. Meanwhile, we up here on the countdown to how much oxygen they got left up in the submersible. Okay? The whole time they already knew that they was dead. I said, God damn. That's fucked up. It's a dark thing, but it's so interesting. And you want to know what I found out and I just was thinking about and I posted the other day? One thing about it, two things for sure. Black people know what we supposed to be. I hate to say this, but bitch, it wasn't that nigga on that goddamn ship. It wasn't that nigga on that damn submersible. And it wasn't that nigga working for that man. I said, that's the one time that shit came in handy. Like, we don't need to be included in this shit. Because you're crazy. You're going to get us killed and we want to live. Okay? And that's just really what it was. All right? But, yeah, y'all need to go watch them. It's really good if you're into that. Because, you know, I love me a documentary. I also watched the new documentary that they got on there on Netflix, too, about Astro World. That was something, too. Huh. The way Live Nation and Travis Scott bounced back from this shit. Do you think Travis Scott has really bounced back? But the way Live Nation just continue to go and take our money and everything like ain't nothing happened. Like all this shit to find out that they had overpacked that motherfucker. Oh my God. Anyway, and that's to give you something to watch for the weekend. Okay, if y'all needed something. But let me talk about this little YouTube beef, that shit that happened that ended with people passing away. I don't know these people, never knew these people. It is what it is. I'm not into the streaming type of stuff. Okay. And you know, the girlies and the guys, y'all love it when people get on stream. Y'all be like, Ashley, why don't you live stream? Why don't you gonna do it? Girl. And then the people that like, this is why I could never do that on TikTok. I could every time I open up TikTok, there's certain people that always be on there no matter what. I can open up TikTok at 3 o'clock in the morning, and there are the same persons on there on live, and I'm like, damn, because I know that's how they make their money. They make more money when they be on live or whatever, and I get it, but oh my God, to do that, to have to do that every day. And that's why I couldn't be a streamer. I couldn't be a Twitch person. I couldn't do none of that because I'm boring. Like, what the fuck do we got to talk about every day that I have to go live every fucking day just to get paid? No, if it ain't no topics to talk about, I'm not turning the camera on. If I don't feel, I can't do it. I can't force myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to give y'all all of me. I like to give y'all the best parts of me. All right? I don't want to see y'all, want y'all to see me looking and feeling raggedy as fuck. No. No. But see, I know some people that's comfortable with doing that, and I know a lot of this really amped up after or during the pandemic or whatever when we was on lockdown. Understandable. But couldn't be me. Not just yet, okay? But at the same time, I know it helps with money and all that stuff. Trust and believe, I do it. Y'all know I be having a hard time with that. I put my, I'm gonna let y'all in on something. On one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta videos, I did put my cash, because somebody kept on saying, put your stuff up, put your stuff up. I put my cash app in the more info box, but I didn't say nothing about it. Or I put it on the screen, and I didn't say nothing about it or whatever, and it literally was for nothing. So I was like, fuck this. That's why I don't put that shit up there, you know. But, hey, it is what it is. I know people want to support me outside of it, but, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm begging. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that, because I know, again, people are going through what they're going through. And, yeah, I don't want to feel like I'm begging and nothing like that. And nothing against anybody else that do it. It's just a mental thing with me, because I don't even like to ask. I don't like to ask anybody for stuff. You know, that's just, I got to get out of it. I do. It's so hard for me to do that. Kept going. But anyway, the YouTube beef. This couple was beefing with this other guy, or this other guy was beefing with him. Either way, it ended in the couple passing away on live at Vegas, across the street from the Bellagio Hotel. I'm not going through all of that. At the end of the day, I'm not even finna go through the details, because I don't know them people, never heard of them. But all I know is it's never that fucking deep. And this is exactly why I tell y'all I get on here to make y'all laugh. I get on here to bring y'all a lighter day. If your day is heavy, I want to be able to provide light to it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be an escapism for you, because that's what it does for me when I turn on my camera and I'm not really feeling the best. But then all of a sudden I get to talking about things, and now I'm laughing, and then I didn't forget about what really pissed me off or what really, you know, got me down until I turn the camera off, and then I got to focus on that again. That's what I provide, okay? I don't do that drama shit, you know? I don't want to have beef with anybody. I don't, it's crazy to beef with strangers, okay? It is so crazy to do that, to allow a stranger to get you so wound up to the point that you're literally pulling up to where they live at. You're literally pulling up to where they work and all of this stuff to either fight them or do harm to them or whatever. And it's not deep like that. It's never going to be deep like that for me. That's why I just stay true to myself. I come on here, do what I got to do, and I mind my business. Please, y'all. Because I used to be seeing the beef sector on here, and some of that shit be wild. Some of that shit used to be wild. The stuff that they be talking, the things that they be doing. And I be just like, y'all, comment. In my mind, I be like, just calm that shit down, please. Because I don't want people to get hurt. I don't want shit like this to happen, because you just don't know what mentally people are these days. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's very much unfortunate for that shit to be caught on live, and then he turned himself in eventually. So you did all of this because of a beef, and you took out your so-called enemy, and now you're finna go to jail for the rest of your life. So what did we accomplish for this? What did we accomplish? You literally took away 3 lives. Well, probably more, because the people who are around you that were supporting you, they no longer got you. Their life is completely affected by this now too. You're in jail for the rest of your life. You're going to be, okay? And now a couple, a husband and a wife, are no longer here. It's not worth it, y'all. Come on. That's why I don't get into that stand shit. I don't. I love who I love. I like who I like. I support who I support. If you don't, I have my opinions on certain topics. I don't need to go around saying this, blah, blah, blah. And I don't do that shit. And motherfuckers can feel some type of way if I don't like who they like or whatever. That's fine. You're not finna get a debate out of me, because I said my opinion about it. I'm not gonna change. And it is what it is. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You can keep moving. You know what I'm saying? It's never that deep to be getting so upset with strangers over the internet. Okay? Not to that point where you feel like you got to go find where they stay at or where they be at and do something to them. That's too much. That's too far. And that's when you have those thoughts, you need to take a break and you need to just shut it all down. You do. You need to go outside and you need to actually get some real fresh air and do some activities outside of the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's just really what it is. But that's all I got to say, y'all. I've been talking to y'all enough. You know when I be missing a day, I got to give y'all a long video. So I did. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week and have a good weekend. Be safe. Be cool if you got to. And again, thank y'all for rocking with me, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.